Lisa's laugh. Alrighty, so we here for the after party for session one. Yuka is here. I believe it's Yuka. Make sure I'm saying it right, Yuka. And Tawana is here. Hey, Tawana. I was trying to make sure that Joel got here. I sent him the message a couple of times. He signed up for the membership so he could get in, and I was sending him the message so he could come on and see what we see. So Twana and Yuka, I want you see these the people who are already here, these my people. So we're gonna cater to y'all. What are we looking at? We want to look at some charts. Do we want to Yuka, do you want us to look, or Twana, either one of you? What do we need to check out? What do we want to check out on our basics, on our basics thread for today? You can unmute your mic if you'd like and talk out loud. It'd be great. That way I can hear you. I know you can hear me already, but go ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
So I think I have a handle on the chart and I just got to practice that.
Okay.
You made it seem a little bit simpler, just, recognizing the support and resistance.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Well, so your chart, it looks fairly simple, but then when I'm in the market and I'm looking at a chart, I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's the main support? Because by the time I'm done, I have all these lines,
Yeah.
so it's just recognizing the main support line and the main resistance line.
One thing I would suggest that you do in those situations is if you're charting on a higher time, let's say you're charting on the weekly versus, daily is where you're kind of trading off of,
Right.
make go up to a higher time frame. So the higher time frames are going to be stronger, and I'm putting that in air quotes, stronger support and resistance. And what you can do if you're charting, let's say you're charting on the weekly and you see the support here for the weekly, like you're looking at my chart, turn this to maybe a color. You get you a color convention that works for you, but turn the stronger ones, to a color that's gonna let you know this is stronger. Like, so the strongest ones could be maybe red. I'm trying to find the thing that lets me change the color, but I don't even see it. Maybe you change the strong ones to red, and you change the dailies to some other color that you set your own template. You
Okay.
change daily to a different color, and then if you're doing the 4 hour or 15 minute, whatever your time frames are, set the color so that way when you're looking at your chart, you can see just by color which one would be stronger.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't even see the thing to let me change it.
Can I interject?
Yes, go ahead.
Now, is this conversation about trying to remember what the lines represent?
She was saying which ones are the stronger supports and resistance.
Okay. So along with color of the lines, another I guess you could say alternative would be, because the whole point is we want to set it up so that whenever you look at the chart, you'll actually remember what it is. For some people, that could be the thickness of the line. So even if all the lines are the same color, but let's say usually it'll give you width, and you can do, like, let's say if 5 is the highest width, that might represent monthly for you. And
Okay.
4 is smaller, so that's weekly. So by the time you get to a 1, that might be 5 minute.
Mhm.
Some of the brokerages have where you can actually change the opacity of the line. And so then you can do, that's getting deep into the weeds, but TradeStation did have it where you can, like, so the line will look a little bit faded, which was great for if you had different colors of green, and then you can have them faded a little bit. That's one thing that TradeStation has that other brokerages don't. But the point I'm just making is to say, sometimes it's the dashes. There's different types of dashes with some of these brokerages. So some
Okay.
of them, it'll be like a long dash is the only option, but then some will have like one dash in between, like a small dash or two small dashes. All of those can be used in whatever combination. But the idea is just for you to be able to find something that'll make sure, like, you should be able to tell what you're looking at within 2 or 3 seconds because it's something that's natural to you.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So just deciding a convention for you that you're gonna use, that you, like you said, you wanna be able to take a glance at your chart and kind of see what's happening.
Definitely. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And based on what our listener was saying, the way, like, in my case, I didn't have a rhyme or reason for my color scheme, but mentally, blue was darker. So that went with it was more numbers. There's more numbers in a monthly chart. So in my mind, blue was darker, heavier, you know, so as it started getting lighter and lighter, then those the lighter numbers kind of went with the smaller time frames because there's
Okay.
less data. So that's kind of how it kind of
Did
happened for
you
me.
just say that there are more numbers in a monthly chart?
We did.
What I mean, I'm saying there are more prices in the monthly chart, right? In a monthly time frame, there's more prices, right?
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with that phrase?
More prices?
Huh?
I'm trying to figure, I'm not really sure what you're meaning is more prices, but
I'm saying the way in my mind, I chose a darker color like blue because it reminded me of like a darker color like dirt, more heavier, darker. So there are more prices in a monthly chart. So in my mind, darker makes sense for monthly.
okay. Yeah, I think that, it's basically whatever you're comfortable with for sure.
Right.
Anybody.
So I don't understand what Janae was saying about what I said.
Hmm.
Aren't there more prices in a monthly chart?
What do you mean more prices? I don't understand what you're saying.
Right. I don't get that.
There are if one candle represents a month, there's more price action in 1 month of a
Oh,
candle
more
than in a
price action.
5-minute.
Yes.
More price action. Okay.
Yeah, but
That
the
was
rhyme or reason for it to be darker or bluer or black, like what? Okay.
It
I'm
doesn't matter.
saying what makes sense to me. I'm not saying
Yeah,
it
yeah,
should
yeah.
make sense to
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I get it.
And that's that, and there you go.
I could have went with black, but my screen is black.
And there it
And there you have it.
is.
I'm just saying darker colors reminded me of something hardier and deeper.
We got
Do
it.
you really have black and yellow as candles?
He does. You've seen him?
I don't
Actually,
think I've seen them. I don't think I've seen them.
because everybody was complaining about not being able to see the screen.
Everybody.
to
Oh, you had
change
a
my-
black screen in addition to black candles?
I had to change the color.
Like the background right now. I get it. Oh Lord.
No, I had to change my color scheme. So now the candles are yellow and white.
Because you have a black background.
Yeah. True.
I
All
changed
right.
the black background. Well, I'm gonna give
What
it
stock we looking at next? We looked at triple Q a little bit earlier. What are we looking
I'm
at?
gonna
next?
be defending my chart to you.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you're even entertaining all of that. I don't know why. Twana, did we, or is Yuka, I don't know if Yuka's in the comments. Twana, what are your thoughts on gaps? How do are you comfortable with gaps?
I typically didn't play them in the past. I think it was too risky for me, or I felt as though I wasn't that polished.
Did you identify them at least on your charts?
Yes.
Okay, well, cool. I really was talking about identifying, even if you don't play them as a trade, but as long as you can identify where they are, you're in good shape. Okay, so I see that, I see this, I see that, I see this, I see that. I wanted us to look at entering tomorrow on the indices for next Friday. Remember, I brought it up a little bit inside of our Telegram, brought it up a little bit there. And we kind of, Tanya said, if you put your money out for a month, you should get more than $50. I just don't know how. Because I mean, it's still an iron condor, Tanya. So it's only gonna get so much. You only gonna get so much off it unless you get real close, closer than close. Unless you get real close
Yeah,
to
that was a bit of a, I didn't know if that was like a tongue twister. That was like a riddle. I didn't get that.
What?
Because I wanted more money.
No, I agree with the having more money, but I didn't understand 30 days. Are you saying 30 days for Iron Condor to have it hold?
I was. Yeah.
Ooh, child.
It's a long time. It's too long. Because I've done longer like that and then been like, now if you're talking about swing trading, that would
But that's
be
holding collateral. I mean, I
that
would be
is,
locked
yes,
up. Ooh, child.
absolutely.
I
Exactly.
wouldn't be able to move.
That's why it would have to be something you'd have to have, a bit more collateral. That way, when I say a bit more, whatever, amount was, so that way you could have some just basically sitting over that period of time. I want to look, we can look at SPY. Let's look, anybody trade SPY? Anybody been trading SPY? I know y'all trade SPX. We can look at even at SPX, but now when we did SPX over that week, sometimes we weren't fully successful with that. I think who was it? Valerie, who said she was doing the weeklies. She was getting in on Friday, I believe, for the next week on SPX. Isn't that what Valerie said? Few weeks ago, a week ago, maybe.
Yeah, she did. She did try that. That was
It was
amazing.
successful. She was successful. Y'all just was shocked that she held it for as long as she did. Janae was like, "You've been in SPX all week, just all week," and she was like, "Yes."
That was such an anomaly because, as they said, the market has never ran up post-election like that.
Yeah.
So remember, she got in on a very low, like super
It
low.
is pulling back. The last 4 days, it's been pulling, and then today was even more. Looking at SPX, if we were to look at thinking about what 5-6 days out, Maria said, "I plan to try."
No,
Why not? If you enter tomorrow for next Friday,
Yeah, I would like to enter.
yeah, if you enter tomorrow for next Friday, that's 5 days out.
SPX.
Yeah, what are you on about? Like, don't do it?
Yes, I'm saying we just told. Didn't we just express to the other
Janae, are you drinking right now?
No, didn't we? No, we just used the example that Valerie had. But it was such an anomaly. You don't hold SPX that long.
Well, Valerie did. Why couldn't you? I mean, good.
Again, she got in on 5,600. Where are we?
I get right. It was a big
So
jump.
that was such an anomaly. That I mean,
get you.
that's not trading advice. That's so not trading advice.
Girl, she's the
No, it's
CEO
not.
of her own portfolio.
Come again?
She's the CEO of her own portfolio.
But isn't
I don't disagree.
And it worked. And it worked.
Okay.
It don't work for my money, but hey.
See, and there you go.
isn't the index is too volatile?
They are
Exactly.
So yes. So and she got in right before the huge massive jump and run.
Right.
She got in here. So it did all this stuff right here. So she was able to do that. But now if you're going out for
So that's all
5
we gotta
days,
do is pick a
go
low.
further away. Yes. If you
Fair
go
enough, if you can get it, if you want to try to here. So two things is with SPX. Fine, if you can get it for a low, that's a beautiful thing. The reality of that and holding for 5+ days, I don't see why you would hold it for 5 days.
well, whenever one side is ready to close, you should close it. To be honest, whenever a side gets ready, you should close it. So I see resistance, looking at this chart right here, I see resistance at 6,008, right? Resistance is there. Support I see at 58.75. There is going to be volatility. Now there's a big gap below here. So the 58.75, if it was to get down into this gap, it could decide it's going to fill it. But there's a gap right here too that it that it dipped into a little bit today, but it didn't close it. So it could continue on down there. So let's switch over to the trades screen and see. Tawana, I want you to put a chart in the stock in the comments so we can go look at that. Okay, so if we're looking for, tomorrow is one of those AM days. If we were looking for next Friday, which will be the 22nd, right? That's next Friday. And we were looking for, get us some.
Well, you're gonna have to explain the AM. I think I remember. The AM is what they expire.
Yeah, they expire in the morning and it
No.
happens, what, once a month, I think it is?
Time out. Lord have mercy.
I believe it happens once a month that it expires. Yeah, I know, baby. Okay, let's go close something.
If they expire and that's a witching day, right? We don't want to do that on witching day.
Is it the third Friday? If it's the third Friday, that is Quad Witching.
Oh shoot! Tomorrow is third Friday.
Oh,
Tomorrow is or next week?
No, tomorrow's the 15th. It's the third Friday.
Yeah,
Oh,
tomorrow is the third Friday. This is true.
Wait a minute.
It's true. Let me see what else is up here that needs to be closed.
so ain't no help for me.
What
happened?
did you say?
I say ain't no help for my put credit spread.
Which one is that?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, you would still get out when you would get out. You ain't just staying in, right?
Well, what had happened was
Oh,
I know
see,
you trying to get all the premiums. I know.
Oh,
no, but it never price started dropping and it never the price premiums never the stock.
Did you get in it today?
Wednesday?
When? And it, so
Yesterday.
your theta hasn't helped out since when?
Not at all. No.
She said not at all. Not at
Not
all.
at all.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, if
Okay,
it
what
goes
ticket
down,
is this?
I
if
mean,
it goes down
Q-
too far, it ain't gonna help it. The theta ain't gonna help it get
Yeah.
back. You're
Yeah,
just gonna
that's
have to have a very, very large, strong move
Mhm.
to the
Right.
upside to get
What
out
are
of
you
it.
in? What stock are you in?
MU and
My
QQQ.
MU got breached.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's briefs.
NUH got breached. Oh my goodness.
By TSLL.
It's breached
so
too. Yeah,
mad.
'cause it started
I'm so
falling.
mad about that.
Yeah.
I think I heard that with TSLL, you do that for an upward trend. I don't know where I heard
Well,
that.
it
but-
was going up.
It wasn't up to
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like that's when
I'm
I
with you.
entered. It was going upwards.
Coach, you got a following. They all followed you at MU, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I got breached too. I got breached too.
I'm revenge trading. I'm just
Are
telling you
you?
now.
At least you're admitting it. I'm
yeah.
revenge trading. Yeah, because I felt
Some
like
revenge trading. That
was
makes
gonna
sense.
hold
I'm
fine.
revenge.
I figured MU was gonna hold on, and then Win ran all up because the dividend date is tomorrow. Now MU may recover tomorrow. I mean, how far is it down?
I think it's at like I'm a little
I think I had 99 100 or something.
Oh no,
like that.
you know what? MU did recover. It was BOO.
Oh, I don't have that one.
MU did recover.
Okay.
I got in the
She in
BOO.
all the stocks.
Tanya is going forward with her over $1,000. Listen, I'm for it.
Listen, I'm here to trade.
That's right. That's right. I made this money to use it.
No, I
Okay, so for
appreciate that.
SPX, I'm thinking, okay, we've got the IV number of 93 over here, right? 93 is our implied volatility number. So if we go down about 100, we're at what, 58?
For next Friday.
Yeah, for next Friday. So we got some stuff down here. So if you
You
went down,
crazy.
this is
That is
80%. probability out of the money. So 58.40, 58.50, somewhere down in there. Okay, so let's see what kind of premiums we're looking at if we did that. 58.40 or 58.50, somewhere in there. 58.50 is paying. Come on, show us what we're paying. $90.
Mm.
That ain't bad. To be
I have to be the voice of reason. Okay.
That's 100 points.
Currently, I have to be the voice of reason. Currently,
Okay.
aren't we at 59.60? Hold up.
We're 59.49.
Thank you. So why would we be at 58? What was it? 50? What was the strike?
58.50.
It's 100 points
58.50.
less.
It's 100 points less. We're the plus minus 93.
You don't think 100 points is enough?
Okay. Oh, I thought it was 58.40. Okay. All right.
I think if we
I
did
feel like-
58.40, that's 10 more points. That's
Right.
paying $5. So if you went over 100 points away on the downside, this is just one side. If you decided you was doing an iron condor, which would take you up, we went up 100 to what, 6,050? Now up here it's a 10 spread, so you either have to plan on putting more collateral up or get a little bit.
Oh, just a 10
That's a
spread. Oh, okay.
crazy iron condor.
So 60, 25 is probability 80%. 60, 25, probability of 80%, and put you there. This is still a 5 spread, 60, 25, 30. That gives you another $95. So you're gonna take in almost $200, 100 points away.
Okay.
What is
For
the
the-
collateral needed for that, ma'am?
What's a 5 spread? So if you take in
It's
$200,
$1,000.
you're going to put up 300. Right? If you take
Oh,
in,
because they're giving you two. Yeah.
then that's 200 you're receiving, means you're putting up 300, and you're a week away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when the price gets down, you have to, set yourself
Yeah.
what is my close order, and when the price gets down to where it closes, you close. You don't have to ride till next Friday. You ride
That's
down
right.
to where it gets what you want, and then you close it.
You got to 50%, you just close it.
You just close it.
That's a good point. Very good point.
And you
here's
got
what I
enough
can
time during
say.
the week for the price to kind of fluctuate.
And here's what I can say about that. Because we are still in earnings and because we still got them red folders and yellow folders happening with them 2 and 3 star events and things of that nature,
Mhm.
you probably not gonna want it to try to go all the way to Friday anyway.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to collect that full 100%, that ain't gonna work regardless, in my opinion. So I would say if you're getting into it, plan on getting out of it Wednesday,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know,
I
or at
did.
least checking it,
80%
to try to
probability.
get out.
Yeah.
I'll try it in my sim.
So you're saying, okay, I'm just trying to make sure I follow, because I want to practice this. But so you're saying basically it's kind of like what we're doing with Peakbot, looking at the contract on the weekly expiration date, opening it, and then checking like Monday, checking Tuesday, get out on Wednesday at the latest, and then reopen. Kind
Or
of follow.
really not even getting out. Really, after you enter, go ahead and put in your close order. So whenever it
Yeah.
comes in, hit that close order, it'll close on its own. You don't even have to be like checking and watching it. Just set the close order.
Okay, for both sides of the iron con.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Just make sure I'm following.
Mm-hmm. Tawana was asking if there's a video that we have about iron condors, and we'd have to find one because we of course got lots of them. Looking to be far enough away. And so we definitely, it's an iron condor. We're looking to be far enough away from where price action is. So this is operating as a seller, Tawana. So you're putting up your collateral, but we don't pay to enter. You get paid to enter. All right. But let's go look at NVIDIA. You trade as a buyer, sounds like. So let's go see what we see for the buyers.
Hey, eventually I want to be on both sides of the coin.
There we go, sis. Yes. Yes, you definitely, you want to be able, it's a different
Yeah.
mindset from one side to the other, but I think it would be good to have the skills to be able to do both. Mhm.
Do you have an order in your Sims right now on SPX?
I
'Cause I
just
see the
placed one.
limit.
Yeah, I just placed one while we
Yeah,
were talking.
mines don't show up. I don't know why. When I put my orders in the Sims, they don't
Really?
show on the chart. I never did understand
Huh,
that.
they should show up, especially if you're putting it, like if it's near enough to, well, now, okay, I went to NVIDIA. It
Oh,
should
it's
show
fine.
up,
I just was asking a question. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mack, it should show up, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If
I'm
the
gonna
chart
check
is
on that.
near the price where it would pick up, it should be,
Right.
it should
Just like
show,
in the live account.
yeah,
Yeah.
should, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm,
I'll
don't know
check
why,
on that.
yeah. Okay, let's go look at NVIDIA. We're gonna look at the daily. You're looking for a trade for tomorrow, something next week. What are your thoughts, Tawana?
Um, I'm gonna be doing simulation, so I don't lose no money. I got to get back into this game. It's been a while.
Yeah. That's wise. That's very wise. What I see is there's resistance. It's been kind of hovering up here. We do know that it's upwards trending and it could definitely get itself ready. This is a 2 down. This was a 2 down. This is a 2 up. A
So
2
walk
down.
me through a buyers for NVIDIA.
So you would want to have it not operate as a buyer. I look for a strat symbol that will let me know I look for a strat combination that will provide entry, whether I like on a higher time frame and then go look on the lower time frame for an entry. At this point, this is kind of wait and see what is, let's go to the weekly. Let's see what is this candle doing. Is it a 1 candle? Is it a 2 or a 3? So, okay, we got some stratters in the room. Y'all know how to read strat candles. What is this, a 1, 2, or a 3?
Ain't that a 2 up?
Is it? This looks like a little bit higher than the lower. So this is a 1 candle on the weekly. So on the weekly, if it's a 1, we don't do nothing, we're deciding, but it looks like it's trying to be a hammer. Looks like it's trying to be a hammer, but it's not yet. So on the weekly chart, there's no signal to make a move. So let's go to, move out the way. Let's go to the daily chart and see do we see a signal on the daily chart? You know, we'd have to put on our broadening formations. You know, we've got a high and a high. So according to this, there's a little bit more room to go on up here. Right? And if we were to look at the low and low, we got these here. So it's definitely coiling for something.
Yeah, there's a lot of resistance. It hasn't got 150,
Yeah.
which is crazy. I don't understand that.
It's got to blow past this. It's got to get above that 149.77,
Yeah,
or
it
it's
won't go
going up
there.
any higher. Right? It's got to get through there for as far as that goes. So if it were to get through 149.77, that could be an entry going up. But you also have, now this is a 2 down. Okay, this green candle here was a 2 up, barely, it didn't close up. It closed still as a 1 almost. And then so we got a 2 up, and then we've got a 2 down.
Mhm.
Okay, 2 up, 2 down is a combination. Up, then down is a combination for entry going down. And then this next candle is another 2 down.
Yeah.
It's barely, see, it's real slight. It's not closing in force, but it is showing that it's downward. So that based on this, it can give you some indication that it wants to go down some more. So then what would be our entry? Go ahead, I'm listening. I thought I heard somebody get ready to say something. what would be your entry would be when it goes below this, when it goes below, where's my pencil? Below the bottom of this last candle. If it goes below that, that would be entry going down. Let me
Yeah.
see where that number actually is.
But for a buyer, we want it to go up, right?
You can buy going down. You can buy puts.
Mm.
Yep, you can buy puts. That's 145.61. The bottom of this candle, the low 145.55. So that's not quite accurate. 145.55. So this would be, where's my words? Here we go. Puts. I'm gonna say buy. Buy puts below 145.55. Buy puts below 145.55, saying that there's gonna be more, could be more downwards action. That's buying regular puts, not buying put credit spreads. Of course, we
Right.
know the difference, but buying puts means you thinking there's more downwards. And your target then would be this next candle here. This would be your target. That's where you would be your first place to look at taking profit, or you believe it's gonna go to. That would be there. I'm gonna move
So
this.
from 145 to 142.
Yep, that is the bottom of this candle is 143.57.
Mm.
That would be your first target. Puts target 1. Okay, it didn't show it. Why didn't it show it? Ay, ay, ay. Is it a different stock? Looks like it's moved for move, cancel. I want to show it on the right. Okay.
So why did you choose that instead of the top of that gap?
The top of this gap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, according to the strat, the next downwards, like as far as price went down, would be technically the target. But what you would do at this target is you would see how price responds there. Because if price continues to go down, you basically might put a stop loss there or put a trailing stop, believing that it might go. Now, this gap is going to play support. So even if you put down going to the top of the gap, which is 143.16, you probably got another 30, 40 cents. This gap could potentially play support, and it could hit this gap and bounce off of it. So you'd want to be watching what it did when it got down here to this gap. If it got into the gap, you would expect it would, try to go on through it, but it's filled up part of the gap. It's filled up a little bit less than half of the gap already. Note this price action right here. So a little bit of about half of the gap is already filled. So it's got to get past this in order to get to the rest of it. And it may do that. It would be once you got to this bottom, this target here, you would watch to see what did it do next. That could be your target. I'm taking it off, or it could be when it gets here, I'm going to watch and see what it does. Okay. That would be a downwards. Now, if you were looking to see what would be an upwards entry for
Credit spread.
you want to look at a put credit spread?
No, or no, on the buy side.
Oh, on the buy side. Okay. Well, debit spread? Credit spread is selling.
Right. So we need a debit.
Okay. So a debit spread would be just like you would do a put debit spread, believing it's going down. If you thought it was going up, NVIDIA could continue to go up because that's what it does, but it needs to get above 149.77 before you did anything. Because that's basically we're at price discovery at this point.
Well,
Where-
right. So the thing is, for next week,
Mhm.
We're hoping it goes up. We're hoping NVIDIA lifts all boats, all tides, right?
Okay, you could say it's the tide that lifts all boats, yeah,
What it had, that's what it had been doing. I think the only projection with this time around is not to expect such, a big bang, but
yeah.
a little bang.
Might have a little bit of iron condor action here, seeing that it's been consolidating for 6 days. The only thing is, when it busts out, you don't want to, you won't want to bust out and take you with it. But if we're
So is that a
listening,
pole? That's not a flag, is it?
oh, I don't know, Jamie,
Dang.
as the candle patterns guru.
Yeah, you can see the wick.
I don't even know if that's being sarcastic or not.
No, I'm not
Oh,
being
but
sarcastic.
you know what?
I'm absolutely not being sarcastic.
Sensitivities not allowed.
Yeah,
I do see, yup, I
I
see
see
that
the
as
pole.
a pole running north
That's
to
it.
south, and yep.
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely it. The only
Mhm.
question is,
Typed
where's
and
it gonna
typed it,
go?
So now the question is,
Flag on the field. Flag on the field.
flag
Yep.
on the play.
Now I'm gonna tell you,
Flag on the play, right?
Well,
the next couple days is
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if it's gonna go down to 143,
Mm-hmm,
57 area.
mm-hmm.
Cause I'm wondering if, that's gonna be like, right now, I can't tell if this is considered, you know how they do like the double top or the triple top or what have you. That part I haven't figured out, but in terms of a flag, it's definitely looking like a flag.
Yeah.
And if I was guessing, I would say an ascending triangle. And because it looks like the lows are getting lower and that
Yep.
the highs are kind of staying the same.
Mm-hmm.
So the ascending triangle is what I'm thinking.
And
So to the upside.
To go up.
Yep. Now don't forget the rising wedge and the ascending triangle look alike.
I know
They
that's
look
the
alike,
problem
though.
with that candle
Yeah.
chart
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. They both look alike.
Too
So
many duplicates.
yeah. So that's why I was saying, like, I'm looking to see if it's gonna close below this I can't even tell which one. The not today's candle, but yesterday's candle. I'm looking to see if it's gonna close below that, or since if this is all-time highs, it might even just gap up above where we are now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that would be
the
the
all-time
bullish
high
move.
was 149.77. It didn't bump past 150.
Yeah.
Because it's doing its best to get past that 149. I mean, it poked out through there a couple times, but them sellers are definitely there. So
Yeah.
it'll
Really?
be interesting
Yeah,
to see
because
how that plays out.
that resistance is serious.
Yeah.
If I was to
And
look at
while
the
this is
chart,
happening, NVIDIA keeps, oh, it's $1 trillion company, 2
Yeah,
trillion,
no, it keeps
whatever they
coming
keep
back.
saying.
Yeah.
But now you see why. This is the reason why.
Mr. Mack, what were you getting ready to say?
no, I was just thinking when I do looking for trades on my own, I would just look at that it tried to go through that 149 3 times,
Mhm.
4 times, really, 5, really. And
Mhm.
it just can't break that 149. And as Jamie said, every time it tries to go through that, it gets smaller and smaller. So
Right.
now that's an indication to me that it's going to be, I'm thinking it may go down tomorrow.
Lower highs, because we got
Yeah,
here, and it keeps going lower, lower, lower.
yeah.
Mhm. Very well.
Now, one question you had said, why wouldn't we just buy a credit spread if you thought the price was going down?
You could.
Okay.
Yeah, I only was talking about the buying because
Oh, okay.
Juana
I
is a
got you.
buyer. So I
Yes,
was
ma'am.
talking about it from that standpoint. But as far as for us, what we would, for the sellers, not us or anybody who's a seller, we would look at above this number. Let's go look and see what would be our single for next week. We would look at next Friday because you're not going to day trade it, I don't think. I mean, you could, your
Oh, I'm
money.
gonna day trade it for tomorrow.
You gonna day trade it for tomorrow?
I'm gonna look to just do it tomorrow. I took
Okay.
a loss on NEH or whatever it is. Again,
You
I'm
see,
revenge trading tomorrow.
I'm revenge trading.
Ooh, go easy on them.
That's what Mr. Max said. I'm revenge trading.
How did you do with Netflix? I mean, Netflix been shooting up, so.
That's the next one. I was gonna ask you if you could take a look if we have time.
Okay,
Just look real quick at Netflix.
I'll look at it. Okay.
Well, tomorrow is the fight, so all week it's just been
Ooh,
going up,
it's
up,
been
up.
going up. Y'all didn't do put
What
credit.
fight tomorrow?
I didn't.
Tyson is tomorrow.
Oh my
One thing about
goodness.
Netflix
You didn't
is
know that, Mr. Max. See,
you
that right
start
there
off
was
in the week.
catalyst.
You start off the beginning of the week with Netflix,
Okay.
and you get out early.
That was a
Thursday and
catalyst.
Friday be some kind of funny, but
Okay.
you do that. But it's been beautifully going up. So I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
because the
Yeah.
fight is Friday.
Yep. Everybody's looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm hoping Mike Tyson does okay. I don't really want him to get embarrassed.
Yeah, I can't. I don't want that either.
I don't want him to get
Wait.
embarrassed.
No, no.
50,
8.
58 years old.
8.
Look,
No.
Yeah.
look,
Is he gonna sit down somewhere?
look.
Y'all not understanding.
Actually, we need to triumph it. We need to celebrate those who are older, put some of these younger people in their place.
Thank you.
I
So
am
I'm
hoping.
here for him. Just give him a little smack down. He ain't got a murder to do, but he just got he
Oh,
ain't got to
no.
bite his
No,
ear.
no.
No biting ears. No
Back up.
biting.
Back up.
No blood
I
on the
am-
mat. No blood.
I am praying. I am praying to every God that is listening
Every God, all of it. Every God.
that Mike Tyson puts
Wins.
this dude in the hospital.
Oh, no, I want him to win. I want him to win.
Thank you, Jamie, because he is
In
in
the
good
hospital.
shape, top
Yeah,
shape.
I want him to win.
Because
I do.
what this
Yes, we
reminds
want
me
Tyson
of,
to win.
this reminds me of like a situation where like your grandson is being disrespectful
Ah,
Yes,
by
yes, that's
challenging
what
you
I'm
to a fight.
saying. We want,
You know what I'm saying?
all it is. Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
I
you
can
do,
beat Mike
but he's
Tyson.
58 years old.
Dude,
Would you
You
stop
slow
saying that?
down. The older you get,
dude.
your muscles are not. I mean,
Believe
just
it or not, he's in the best shape ever now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Believe it or
saying.
not.
And he know how to take the hits. He ain't no whippersnapper. He know how to take the hits.
Dude, Mike Tyson may not have
When is
been
this
in the
fight?
professional ring, but he's still been sparring,
yeah.
right? So this dude is like a social media influencer
Right.
turned boxer.
Mhm.
And you think
Right.
he gonna whoop on Mike Tyson?
No.
Dude,
We
when
not
is this
having it.
fight? When is
We
this
not
fight?
having it
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
on
It's
Netflix.
tomorrow.
On
Dude.
Netflix.
Oh, maybe we should look at Netflix for next week.
Girl,
Dude.
that's you know what? I'm sorry. Maybe she's slow to the party.
Dude,
Can we
No,
finish
listen,
NVIDIA?
go
and then
online.
Netflix?
No,
go
Mr. Mack
online
was
and look at
talking
his
about for
sparring
today.
videos. Just look at Mike Tyson's sparring videos for this fight.
Mm.
Unless,
Yes,
of course,
Jamie.
he's almost 60, he ain't as fast. But when you hear the kind of punches that he's still
Yeah,
throwing,
no, it's gonna be
Yes,
massive. It's gonna be
nah,
massive.
dude,
I need one or two just knockout. Boom, done. All right,
dude.
the champ is here. Yeah, let's go.
I hope Benny Hinn is there to pray for this dude healing. Straight up.
Oh, my
And he
goodness.
clean, y'all. He clean.
Is
now.
Don King gonna be around? Is
Straight
Don
up.
King around? Where's Don King?
Straight up.
Where's Don King at?
This cat gonna need Benny Hinn and Peter Popoff together
Popoff.
Yeah.
to pray for his healing. Straight up.
Yeah, I want him to win. I really do.
No, we
I
want.
really
Yeah,
do.
we Tyson revolutionaries over here. We want Tyson up there.
We do. I'm all for the well, I won't call him an underdog. I feel like he's got the time. He's only thing that working against him is his age. But if he's in good shape, then he's gonna
He
be
took the fight. He knew what's up.
well, again, we talked about he probably took the fight because it was gonna be a few dollars and he might have a little bit of something to prove.
This is true, right? He gets the money regardless of if he wins or not.
Oh, does he do? Probably gets more for winning though, right?
I believe so.
So for NVIDIA, Mr. Mac, I see 149, 150 for tomorrow. If you wanted to, like you said, you were revenge trading. If you wanted to revenge trade for tomorrow, I see 149, 150. I put it in the comments. And if you're going for next week, I see 160, 162.5. Because you want to plus or minus 15. Puts us at like that puts us at 160. Yeah, puts us in the range. 160, 162.5 for next Friday pays about right at $50. If you wanted to do next week.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I would go a little higher than 150. That's close.
That's 160.
So
For
when
next
you
Friday?
showed the first one, that was only $15 if he did play it for tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah.
you would make $15 and leverage 85. So you would make 15. And of course you could widen the spread. That's the other piece. We don't really talk a whole lot about widening the spread, but you could widen the spread so you can take in more money.
Oh,
The good thing about it, Tawana, is basically when we do this for tomorrow, it's just that day, and we just needs the price. We would just need the price to expire below 149. The price doesn't have to do any moving, all the extra stuff for buying. The price just needs to not close above 149, and you get to keep your money. And you can close at any time during the day. So theta decay is something that works for sellers. And you don't have to worry about, oh, I better close my trade because theta finna start eating on my premiums. That's what we want. We want theta to eat on the premium.
right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's go look at Netflix. Anybody do a put? Janae, you was remembering you should have done a put credit spread for this week. Since it was rising and rising.
Actually, it worked out that I didn't because I thought 830, right? Because I'm thinking not an
Okay.
official psychological number, but I was like, yeah, no, we thought,
You would have
glad
had
I
830 as a call credit spread.
yeah, I'm glad I
Oh,
didn't.
you've been breached. I said do a put credit spread.
I know, I heard you after.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I didn't get in anything. And plus the put I wanted to do would have been far lower. I couldn't have got not the way
It's
Netflix.
a 5 spread, so you definitely would have to be. Yeah, it's just like SPS, but just your money stays on
Mhm.
all week. But look at Netflix. It's been
Yeah.
running ever since.
That's
Four.
all the Tyson. That's all the Tyson supporters.
Wow, 841 was a high
Oh wow, it went to 841. Ooh,
today. And
yeah,
then
it's
these
fu-
gaps, it's coming back to it's filling these gaps as each day it's filling these gaps. So it's not even leaving stuff to come back to. It's a little bitty one right here, but in Netflix ain't seeing back like we left something. It's just
850 more. 850.
you say 850, 850. Yep.
50 tomorrow.
Now this might be the one, Mr. Mac, might be the one you trade tomorrow. If you wanted, just since you said you're revenge, it's so funny. I'm revenge trading.
I ain't saying nothing.
For tomorrow, let's see, tomorrow, if you were gonna do a put credit spread tomorrow, you got 73% at 830. And then the next one's 84. Of course, the market, it'll look different when the market opens in the morning, but
Yes, ma'am.
I like 825, 830. It's paying $83. Wait till, if it's gonna do the same thing it's been doing these last few days, see how it's opening and then dropping down to fill the gap.
Yes.
What you do in that case is if you feel like it'll do it again tomorrow, then let it gap up. And then when it comes out, as soon as it fills the gap, then this becomes the entry. Soon as it drops and fills the gap, then you enter after it hits, after the gap is filled, then you enter with the upwards ride. Same thing as it's like it did the same thing here. It opened and went down, then you could have, it was green all day. It opened, it dropped down. As soon as it hit this support of gap filled, you could ride it back up. The only day it didn't do that was this one back here, what was 11.9 or 11.10. Every other day it's just done.
That's true. That's you know what? I didn't, yeah, no, that is exactly what, yep, Netflix will go down and then go back up. It really does. it's like it yawns. It's like, ah.
I bet the premiums on this mug is ugly. Let's see, what are the buy premiums, not the sale premiums? What does it cost to buy? Oh, it's not bad for tomorrow. $300 for 840. In the money, it's a little more expensive. 625 at 835. Let's look and see what are there more puts or more calls on the sides.
What's the strategy? Again, how do I need, that's the part I'm taking that's why I'm retaking this class. I need to remember how to do the buy side, like to
Okay.
buy options.
Mm-hmm.
The seller side got me spoiled.
You got that. Yeah, seller side is a good side, but looks like there's more calls. There's 85,000 calls on Netflix and 51,000 puts. So at this point, there's more calls in the pipeline than there are puts. So when we go even to look at the option chain, you're looking for the volume. There's high volume at 865. Look at these people are thinking it's going up to 865. There's 24,000 people who have volume there. That's a lot.
Well, on average, the ATR I think the lowest I saw this week was 13. So I think the highest I saw was 19. So that's close to 20. So yeah, that makes sense. 40, 20, that's there.
Yeah. Now the IV is 11.8, but that's if the ATR is 18 or 20, then it could definitely get on up there.
Yeah, sure can.
So if you were gonna do Netflix on a put credit spread, we talked about the 825, 830, that would be that if I was doing a side, that would be the one I would do. I would do a up going, because the fight is tomorrow evening. So you still got all of Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do Friday tomorrow for next week, because what you don't know is after the fight, depending on how things go, if the price tanks, so you don't really know what's gonna happen after that. So I would probably, if I was gonna do it for next week, I'd probably wait till Monday to enter for next week. Now you're gonna get I think you get good premiums tomorrow for next Friday, but there's some unknowns there.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's definitely hovering at all time. It is at all time high, and it's been running. Took a little pause, and it's running, but it's the opportunity for it to drop back off that is still there. Look at that chart.
Running to the hills.
What's that strike right there with is that a chair? Yeah, where y'all.
Yep. 797, so about 800, which is 30 below us.
That's a resting place.
Yep, 800 that's a 97% probability out of the money.
That's what I had wanted 8. Actually, I wanted under 7. I think your chart shows 785, right?
Like 787, I think it should.
Yeah.
797. Or unless you want to get underneath this candle. I think that's a pretty big drop. I was gonna say I don't see it dropping that far, but shoot, anything can happen.
Yeah, unless we get some bad news.
Let me see the 22nd. If you looked for next Friday, 800 would put you in the zone of the 80s. It's a plus minus 26 over here though. So if you were going with 800, you're gonna only collect $30 for a 5 spread. I wouldn't do that. To collect $30 for a 5 spread for a week, no, that's not the best way to do that. It goes back down to 2.5 spreads under 790, but their premium's gonna be low.
Couldn't resist.
Okay, so we've seen Netflix, we've seen Nvidia. Jeff, did you have something? Not Jeff, Joel. Joel, did you have a stock you want us to look at? The dude sparring has on so much padding, he looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from the
No, I
Ghostbusters.
didn't have any stock. Thanks for having me. I'm just observing.
Cool, cool. I'm glad you came on over to join us. You see, we're kind of a just real low-key little group, and whatever you want to see or say, feel free to open your mic and jump right in. We'll take these sessions to do a little more investigating on our stocks and stuff. How much charting have you done, Joel? Are you comfortable charting? Is it charting brand new to you? What?
No, I'm familiar with charting and trading. I'm new to spreads. I'm interested in XPS, SPX spread trading.
Okay,
Yep, I'm familiar with charting though.
okay, cool. You're in the right place for them SPX spreads. These ladies and men's like them SPX trades. Jamie is he's a fair weather lover to SPX. He only want to fool up with SPX for a few minutes after dark, right? So Jamie will wait like 3:45 to fool up. You know how some people after dark. we wait till
Jamie,
after
what
dark.
did you say about SPX? Oh Lord,
You know what?
that is so appropriate.
See, that's not fair because y'all not talking about how SPX be trying to bust out my windows on my car, straight up stalking me, hiding in the bushes. Y'all ain't talking about that. Y'all just want to talk about because she crazy. Hey, y'all don't want to talk about how she blow through my strike in the last 30 seconds of
Right. Right.
the
Nobody talking
trade today. You don't want to talk about my trauma.
about that.
No. But she got an interesting bid ask spread and good premium. What you want me to do?
Is she a brick house?
That's my baby. Listen, Rudd is my baby mama.
Mighty.
Rudd is my baby mama. SPX is my side piece. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
He
gotta do
only
what I
goes
gotta
see her
do.
after dark. He waits
I
till
gotta do what I
till
gotta
the
Dark.
street lights
After
on.
dark is when he comes to come for SPA.
Be like, hey, what you the WYD? What you doing?
We have an understanding. We just have an understanding.
Understand it.
Is she a
That's
Mrs.
all.
Jones? What is she?
That's all.
She knows she ain't going on no date. She knows she ain't going on no date.
That's all.
Oh my goodness.
That's all.
Mrs. Jones. Okay.
Wow.
Lord.
SPX
Wow.
Jones.
SPX Jones.
If you're nasty. Okay.
Right.
Goodness. Yes.
I'm just saying that, hey.
Here, like they like SPX, but SPX she can be a vicious lover. I do agree. Sophia said afterwards when he finishes with her, I'm gonna pray for his many gods.
No, after he's done with her, he be speaking in tongues. Okay.
Look,
That's how
it's
side
called
people
profitability. That's all I'm saying. It's called profitability.
Woo!
Profitability.
That's how
all
a
I'm
side
saying.
piece will do you.
I tell
Yeah.
you. It ain't where it goes, it's where it closes.
That's right.
Roses, yes. Oh goodness.
That's
Y'all
funny.
wrong for that. Y'all wrong. Leave
That's funny.
Miss SPX alone.
Yes,
Okay.
Jamie will run in at 3:55.
Yo, the other day was like 357.
I've done that before. Just did it just at the last.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I figured out.
After 3:30 trades. Whew.
But your heart be beating so fast when you do
Yes,
that.
because I'm always looking at NVIDIA. I'd be like, oh my God, NVIDIA, stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down.
See, that's why I figured out with SPX.
I told you.
I was like,
if you
I
look
can
at
place a
NVIDIA,
trade as long as I go opposite of momentum and I'm on the other side of the moving averages. So I'm
Okay.
always expecting just to do a credit spread. But if I see the opportunity for the iron condo, I ain't turning it down, player.
do the opposite of momentum on the other side of the moving averages. Huh,
So basically, the opposite side of momentum, if it's going up,
yeah,
and I'm looking and I see that the moving averages is being support, I want to be under that support.
Which,
okay.
which moving averages you using, Jamie?
Literally, I usually have the 9, the 20, 50, and 200. So really the same
Oh.
ones you see our Alyssa have,
Okay.
basically.
You said
Yeah,
200?
and I always just click it on real quick, and
Yeah,
I make sure that I'm getting in, and I make sure that the chart is the same time frame as what's left in the market.
Mm.
So even though I might start off looking at it, at the hour, I'll start off with the hour chart, but I'm watching to see like what's happening with, with the movement and percentage out of the money.
Mm.
And yeah,
You
because
said
I
that-
was doing the same thing with RUT, but the premiums is not the same at that time frame with RUT.
Right.
But it's definitely, the premiums are there for sure with SPX. But I used to always get SPX would always go through my strike when I was on the side that was moving, because I was giving it like too much time to go through that strike.
yeah.
So I was like, nah, we ain't doing that no more. So, but once I started seeing, 15 minutes left and it's 87% out the money, I'm like, we can work with this.
How much percent out the money?
It'll be like 87%, like the ones from today
Okay.
was like 90% out the money, but it was still value. There was still value there. Still 5 spread was still giving me like 40 cents in some cases, so I was like, yeah, I gotta take this.
Right. It'll inflate again. Yep. It'll inflate and then it'll come back down.
Yep.
I feel like real quick, Arlissa, I feel like you said something a while ago, maybe at one of the last chartings you've done about stop losses. Because why I had a stop loss, and before I could exit the stop loss, the bad boy got taken and I got out the trade. And I was like, darn it, any other time. This thing,
It'll dance
not-
around your strike any other time.
yeah. Or just be sitting. I'd be like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
So feel like
Lisa, you had asked about UPS earlier, and from what I can see here, UPS is in a consolidation area as well. Looks like 130 is the bottom and 135 would be the top. If you were gonna look at something maybe for next week, 130 and 135. Looks like if you're looking for next week, yeah, you got 75 at 129. 130 is what we saw as support, so 128, 129, and over here would be 135. So 129 and 135. Vertical 128, 129 is paying $24 for next Friday. And let me put it on good till cancel. And then what did I say? 135. 135 is paying another $12. So $30 for that spread for the iron condor. If you were going to make it into an iron condor right now, you could do that. And you're above the top of the resistance. Let's go back to the chart real quick. So you're at 135. Let me get us the thing. So a call credit spread 135, 136. That should be a 5 in there. Right, for next Friday. And then you've got 128, 129 was a put credit spread. And you probably could get 129, 130 if you were feeling a little more froggy. You could get a little closer, but those two, I hope you can see that. Those two would probably could potentially work, for an iron condor next week, or whichever side you're comfortable with. Looks like it is trending downwards. So you may do a call credit spread only, or you could get some iron condor monies. Okay, cool. All right, you all. Do we have anything else? We're gonna wrap it up. We've been here
know.
about an hour and some change. Okay.
Okay, keep it time, Tanya.
Yeah. We will be back on Saturday morning at 10. I set it up for 10 o'clock because I wanted us to be able to do an hour just early enough to get on and hop back off and y'all still have your full day. Cause I know when we get on at 11, we usually here till 1. So I figured if we did a little bit earlier, we might have a better chance of getting off by 11:30.
How are you liking this Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
I don't know, Jamie, how you like it Monday, Wednesday, Friday? I feel like the days that the Tuesday and Thursday feels like something missing because I'm so used to doing it every day. So it feels like something is missing in the middle there. So that was one piece. And then I also want to make sure that we're still adding in the things that we normally provide in the morning. I still want to make sure that we're providing those. So I'll have to make sure that we get those things still there. Jamie's not at his computer in the morning on Tuesday and Thursday, so that's why the Adams numbers don't come as quickly on Tuesday and Thursday, but you know, I may be able to work those days. So make sure that we still are providing the things we normally give on a morning call. But I don't know how are y'all liking it?
I'm
I
fine
still
with
go
it.
to you. I go to YouTube looking for y'all.
I'm fine with it.
Where they at though? Where they at though?
I sent Janae a message. I said, so Janae, we not on at all on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
At all?
At all?
All?
No, no.
None? They ain't coming at all. They not coming? They coming later?
Right. Where y'all at?
Where they at?
You want a pizza with nothing?
Right. That's just bread.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Tuesday and Thursday. We're
No, I kind of like the break because then I'm like, ooh, but it's all good.
yeah. Okay.
It's all good. All right. Well,
All
this
righty.
has
Well,
been
we'll be on in the
live.
morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be there in the morning. All right. Yep. All righty.
All righty.
I'll see y'all in the morning. Hasta mañana.
Good
Buenas
night.
noches.
All right. Buenas noches. Goodbye, everyone.